So, how we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo, and this is another episode of YoHoops. I go through every NBA game every day. Today's Sunday, March 22nd, and we have a 5-game NBA card. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and let you know what size I like, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. Recap yesterday, decent overall. I went 5-5 on the 10-game card. It had me a little hot because both the first half unders I took ended up losing, but then the favorites dominated the second halves to get the cover. It happened in both the Spurs and Thunder game. Obviously, we had some wins in the mix, but it could have been a better day if I played it a little differently. I mentioned these lines are going to start to get pretty efficient as we get closer to the end of the season. Regardless, let's do what we do tonight. In our first matchup of the afternoon, we have the Portland Trailblazers in Denver taking on the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are minus 390 on the money line, and the total is 239. This is a tough game to start the day with. I tend to favor the Nuggets at home, but Portland's playing well, and I do see this as a competitive matchup. The Blazers come into this one on a 3-game win streak, winning 4 of their last 5. I like that Donovan Clingan's healthy because he can at least bother Jokic, but I am concerned that Jeremy Grant is listed as questionable. He's one of their primary scorers, so him being out definitely makes a difference. The Nuggets haven't looked dominant at home, failing to cover against the Raptors, then losing to the Grizzlies outright, but this is more than likely the bounce back spot. The last time these two teams played was on February 20th in Portland, and the Nuggets won that one 157-103. Mind you, that was without Aaron Gordon. We've seen them dominate this matchup in the past. I think we get a taste of playoff Denver. I'm taking the Nuggets laying the 9 as my first selection of the afternoon. Up next, we have the Brooklyn Nets in Sacramento taking on the Sacramento Kings. Kings are minus 245 on the money line, and the total is 218.5. I'm gonna let you guys know right now, there's no way I'm laying 7 points with the Kings. They probably are the better team tonight, but they have one more win than the Nets on the season. MPJ is still ruled out, but we saw that on Friday, and they almost beat the Knicks outright. Obviously not one I'm rushing to the window with, but the Kings haven't showed me anything to make them almost double-digit favorites. Not to mention, Westbrook is ruled out tonight. I'll lean to the Nets plus the 6.5 as my next selection of the evening. Up next, we have the Washington Wizards in New York taking on New York Knicks. Knicks are minus 4,000 on the money line, and the total is 227.5. The Wizards come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, flying from Washington, D.C. to New York. They got their asses kicked by the Thunder last night, but it was competitive for most of the game, so a few of their guys ended up playing more than 30 minutes. I lean to the Knicks even with a spread this big, but rather than taking a side, I'm looking at a prop. I'm taking Karl Anthony Towns to go over 21.5 points. Cat's already been playing well recently, but this is also the same matchup where we just saw Bam Adebayo score 83 points. The Knicks have a couple guys out, so really the only way I see them winning this game by 20 is if Cat goes for 30 plus. I'm gonna have a few dollars down on the 40 ball, but 22 sounds light. I'm gonna lock it in as my next selection of the evening. Up next, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves in Boston taking out Boston Celtics. Celtics are minus 435 on the money line, and the total is 221. We faded the Wolves heavy in that last game against Portland, and tonight, I think I have to run it back. I've mentioned in the past that they heavily rely on Anthony Edwards, and that's obvious considering he averages 30 points. You remove that from the lineup, and next thing you know, you're counting on Dante DiVincenzo to bail you out from 3. I am seeing Jaylen Brown on the injury report, so that's something to keep an eye on, but he's listed as probable, so I'm assuming he plays. The Celtics come into this one on a 4-game win streak. As long as JB is even at 60%, I see them winning it by margin. I'm taking the Celtics laying the 10 as my next selection of the evening. In our next matchup, we have the Toronto Raptors in Phoenix taking on Phoenix Suns. Raptors are minus 145 on the money line, and the total is 219.5. The Suns come into this one on the second leg of a back-to-back, but no travel as they remain at home. They really lost to the Bucks outright, and all of their stars played 30 minutes. Toronto definitely has the rest advantage, but it is a little weird that the books made them this short of favorites. Obviously, they expect Phoenix to compete, and that makes sense considering they've been one of the best home teams in the league. I'm really on the fence in terms of a side, but I am looking at another prop. I'm taking Devin Booker to go over 25.5 points. He was really the reason they lost yesterday, shooting 4 for 17 from the field, but that's an anomaly for Book, and at least he gets up the shots. He's gone under this line in their last couple games, but he went over it in their previous 8 straight matchups. He takes about 20 shots a game. With Dylan Brooks out, they'll need him tonight. Lock it in. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I need to get back in that win column ASAP. I'm now 81, 79, and 3 on every game played in March. I'll do my best to end the month on a high note. I appreciate all the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until next one, I'ma catch y'all. Peace!